The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFN headquarters in St. Petersburg, Florida. Tom's going to join us after the first break. Quite a market we have starting things off. Dow Jones negative 812 points, trading 26,278. S&P is negative by 87, trading at 3,042. NASDAQ negative by 220 points, trading at 87.96. All the indices off between about 2.5 and 3% to the south. We jump over to gold. Gold, you have up $17 at $16.59, was as high as $16.63. And the VIX this morning, currently trading 36.78, trading higher on a negative market. Jumping back to the S&Ps to take a quick look at the market action overnight. Quite a day yesterday. We end Wednesday trading basically right at session highs. 4 p.m. Eastern time, you're trading at 31.29. We proceed to trade from 31.29, and we get a low at about 9:15 this morning of 3,031. That's 98 S&P points that we traded from high to low there, and we're right back near those lows, folks. Below that level, S&P is trading down 2.8%. Talk about a fast market both directions. Let's go over to our man Kevin Hinks, host of Fast Market, after this program with Alex Coffey. Folks, if you haven't tried the Thinkorswim platform yet, great time to try it out, talking about defined risk. Kevin Hinks, good morning.
Good morning, Tommy. How's everything?
Everything's going great, man. How's your morning kicking off?
Busy.
Busy.
Right?
There's a lot going on, Kevin.
The one thing, very similar to what we talked about yesterday with you and Tom is this market's moving, and we don't know which direction necessarily it's going to go. Yesterday at the close, this market was strong into the bell and looked like it wanted to go higher, and boom, just like that, a tone change. So, the one thing you can prepare for is movement. Up or down, yes. The answer is yes, but it's going to move, and everyone should prepare accordingly for the volatility that's currently in this market.
And we got the VIX up there above 37. We hit that high last week of 49.48. I mean, it's almost, Kevin, we've had the discussions many times about that rule of 16 in terms of if it's at 16, you're looking for a 1% move every 1 out of 3 days. If we're sitting at 32, that's a 2% move every 1 out of 3 days. But like we said, we're moving 4 or 5% every other day. I heard a statistic recently, and today we might get it again in terms of, but we've had 3-4% moves, plus or minus, one way or the other, I believe, since the craziness began last week. And we only had 2 of those maybe in the prior 8 years.
Tommy, it seems crazy for me to sit on the phone with you and tell you that a 37 VIX appears kind of low.
That's what I was thinking.
For the percentage moves that we're getting in this market, a 37 VIX seems, if not fair, a little on the low side. So, yeah, but that's the way you got to look at it. You got to compare the VIX to the percentage movers, or the percentage of the indices, especially in this case the SPX, and how much they're moving. Now, the VIX only measures the SPX, which is the S&P 500. So it's not a perfect measurement, but still, as you see, it's showing inflated levels of inflation or of volatility, and everyone has to be ready for that. Everything that means.
I agree, man. And just even my own personal, experience is ever since maybe Wednesday of last week, Thursday of last week, when really it was heating up. The first thing I do when I roll out of bed, right, is I grab the phone and look at the futures. And I think that speaks to exactly like how volatile it is. And every day I have not been disappointed either. When I get that sleep and I wake up, I say, oh, S&Ps are down 70 points again. Okay, here we go again, this time to the downside.
Tommy, you're developing the sickness.
Yeah, I know,
most of us that have been in this business for a long time.
I have to take advantage.
There's in the morning
when the market's up or down 4%, Kevin, right? Because
welcome to the dark side.
Yeah, and it won't persist, folks. At some point, the market's going to figure out a little bit better in terms of price discovery where it's comfortable sitting at, but it cannot decide right now. That's for sure. What are we going to be talking about?
All we can do, Tommy.
Go ahead, Kevin.
All we can do, Tommy, is base what's going on now and try to apply history to it. And the one thing we know for sure with all these pandemics and viruses is that at the end of the day, they are temporary.
For sure.
And
Definitely.
they do start to subside. So that doesn't mean that's not going to help you with volatility today, but it's certainly something to think about as you make trading and investing decisions going forward.
Definitely. And what are we talking about on the program today with that in mind?
First part of the show, we're going to talk about the Russell 2000 Index. These are the smaller domestic U.S. companies, a large sample size of U.S. companies. And then in the second section, we're going to talk about Costco with earnings coming up. I believe it's after the bell today.
Yeah, I believe so, man. Yeah, Costco, quite a pop yesterday, 305 to 321. And let's pull it up. The Analyze tab, I always love it. Costco, they're looking for a $13 move on a $318 stock, Kevin, coming into that number. That'll be a nice discussion.
Seems a little low, frankly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Only what's that, about 3-4%?
And that's
Seems
in either
low.
direction, definitely, especially
Right.
when you consider, they're probably, you could see people, if you start to go out, right, really stock up on goods. Costco's a place that could experience in that, but just in the same way we talk about maybe Amazon could experience that type of benefit, they have to have the goods stocked up to be able to supply to those people, and I wonder how they're going to talk about that coronavirus may impact them coming to that number.
Right, exactly. A lot of the news stories over this past weekend were how Costco, the lines at Costco and people
Definitely.
stocking up on goods. So that probably won't be in this number, but it's probably something certain that they will comment on the conference call and things like that. So, yeah, Costco is something certainly worth watching today for sure.
And I believe we also got BJ's with their earnings this morning, right? Let's see how they're trading right now. I believe BJ's down about 3% because they came out with their numbers this morning, Kevin, I believe, ahead of Costco, down a bit on their numbers. The chart not quite loading, but all right. Well, listen, we look forward to the program, man. Hang on to your seat. We got the Dow right now off 812, S&P's negative 77, NASDAQ negative 191. Kevin, we appreciate the update as always, man. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend if we don't talk to you, and we look forward to the program in 45 minutes.
Always a pleasure, Tommy. Thanks for having me on.
You too, man. Take care. Okay, folks, jumping right back in. We're going to jump over to oil real quick as we wrap up this first segment. Oil contract right now trading at $56.59. We got an OPEC cut. 1.5 million barrels, OPEC. Saudi Arabia leading that, but guess what? Waiting Russia's approval. Nonetheless, you had oil spike higher on that news. You see the volatility at 6 a.m. Trades up to 47.40. The price of crude, though, right back to 46.36. There's your gold contract at 16.59. And Tom's going to come back after the break. We're going to check it out. But natural gas, we get natural gas inventories 10:30 a.m. this morning. Natural gas right now trading at 181. You see the little bit of volatility. Overnight, we're as high as 184.6, down to 180. So we get natural gas numbers in about 15 minutes when we come back from this break. Stay tuned, folks, as we go into that break, checking in on some of those FANG stocks, see how they're moving. Amazon down about 2%. Facebook down 2.3%. Apple shares down 2.6%. Google down about 3.4%, and why not Facebook, down 2.3%. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be coming back from the break. We'll take a look at those natural gas numbers and what else we have on tap for Thursday. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now down 664, Nasdaq down 168, S&P's up 57. You got gold up $14 at 16.57. Silver's up 7 cents, $17.29. A light sweet crude just can't catch a bid. Only down 15 cents, but the bottom line, you're at the 46 number now, 46.61, and notes and bonds.
Oh, boy. Quite the move.
10-year note up 13 ticks, folks, 136.21. 30-year up a full point plus 9 ticks at 174.22. And King Dollar's down 300 ticks, 97.03. Euro is at 111. The yen is at 106.89. And the pound is at 129 to 1 US dollar.
Can you pull up a chart of that 10-year?
Absolutely. This is something else.
TYH.
Sure, okay.
Just the price, yeah, because we can pull up the yield too. TY, I think H.
Yeah.
Just mammoth moves, especially. I was just saying to you when you're coming in the break from the close yesterday, even more dramatic than those numbers might indicate, right?
Right.
So you come into that close, and where are we trading at here? 135.21, and we're trading at 136.21. So basically, the number should be since the close. If bonds happen to close at the same time as the market yesterday, which I don't think they do, right? Which is what distorts the number. But if they had, you'd be saying the 10-year up a full point. And that's where, can we pull up the yield now?
Yeah.
Because I think we're sitting at, what is it, 0.94, maybe 0.93? Yes. And we, at the end of the day yesterday, I think we're sitting at 1.06, 1.08 even.
And you're going to see, you got there was a spike low on Monday.
Tuesday, I think.
Tuesday, okay, that's Thursday, yeah. And this was that 0.92,
0.93.
Let me get right on it.
One more. 0.90.
90. Imagine that.
We almost got a 0.8 handle on the 10-year. Yeah.
Right. And guess what? It's going into that, folks. I mean, you know, the bottom line, it just rejected it, but...
That's crazy. That's 48 hours ago. So you go from 0.9, and let alone these moves, which are mammoth in their own right, right? But just counting that, then we go up to 1.06. So 16 basis points, man, in the span of nothing. And just like that, we're now back down. And what did 0.9248 we just hit on that market low? Yeah.
And, you know, the bottom line is that bond market, you know, and I heard you when you were doing your program, it has been projecting that, guess what, this is, you know, this is going to be a longer term deal.
You got to pay attention, man. When the market charges up 1,200 points, And the 10 years, like, we're still going to sit at barely 1%. Like, yeah, it was up at 1.05. But the all-time record low was 1.32 that we just crushed by.
Right.
The market goes up 1,200, and the 10-year, the new norm on the 10 years is 1.05.
And it doesn't move.
What happened to 1.4, which was almost an all-time record low just a week or two ago?
Yeah, there's no doubt. Pretty amazing. Let's go over to the gold market and take a look at gold. We, you get the gold market out here. Let's see.
Quite the evening session for gold.
It is, and this is now pressing. Yeah, it's even over the swing point again, man. It's just amazing what this. I mean, look at this in 6 trading days.
Yeah,
they smoked gold last Friday, right? We go from 1651 to 1564, and you're already over that. 5 days.
Wild.
Yeah, it's pretty intense, folks.
It is.
And it's all about interest rates. I mean, that's the bottom line. It doesn't look like this interest rate structure is going to be basically going up for a bit. Which natural gas.
We can check out natural gas. Yeah. So it's 10:22. We get natural gas inventory numbers at 10:30. I got the contract up there looking at April futures. Natural gas trading just under 182, 181.80. I'm going to jump in here to commodities, natural gas. Let's see what kind of spreads we have available. So 180 would have price exposure. This gives us 20 cents to the upside. We got about 2 cents of intrinsic value in there, and not bad right away. Now, there's a huge spread here again, right?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, because I was going to say not bad, but the indicative's at 181.7. You are getting in, that's 1.4 pennies above this market. Now, there should be some premium, but anytime you have a wide bid-offer spread.
Right.
But I think that might be a correct offer, because when you think about it, that's not bad. If you were going to buy, as in the bid may be the part that's lacking on this side of this equation, right? Because the market itself is at 181.5.
Right.
You get exposure till noon, and you only have loss potential down to 180, and there's going to be some premium priced in there, right, in terms above. But either way, so be a pretty large bid-offer spread there. When you get into the 230s, let's just see where they line up real quick. Yeah, just large areas. So natural gas, just not an active contract really on these anymore.
And what does happen? And first off, we get a volatile equity market.
Yeah.
And so the natural gas market itself has been volatile in general. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can see why they're spreading them out like even more, because it's like, okay,
Yeah. They're not making bets either way. They're just making money on making a market. And when the market moves that fast, you need to have a wider bid-offer spread to make that market. But we get the numbers at 10:30, and the market basically looking for a draw of about 110 BCFs when we come in.
So and we're in March now. So I mean,
Let's see. We'll put something in. It can't hurt.
This thing's going to start.
So what do you think? That it's going down.
Yeah, because this thing's going to start building. We're going to go from a draw to a build. Right. I mean, we're in March. You know what I mean?
We're going minus 55.
There you go. Cool.
We got plenty of natural gas.
Yeah. Right. Amazing.
Yeah.
And let's go over to that oil market for a second, because oil, CL.
So OPEC with a cut, right?
Yeah.
1.5 million barrels a day. The Saudis leading that. Contingent on Russia approving it. I don't know fundamentally enough about the market to know whether that's likely, not likely, whatever it is.
Right.
But I don't want any agreement I'm hinging on to have Russia having to sign off on it.
Oh, there's no doubt, man.
Because it might be in their best interest. They might do it, but I'm not sure,
Right. And, this just hasn't been able to catch a bid. I mean, at all. The oil stocks, the big integrated stocks, they're down again. Exxon's down $2.50, trading $50. That says quite a bit, man. I mean, we've been talking about Exxon for a long period of time, and they just leading them down, man.
Yeah, and look at that has to be the news of the cut, 6 in the morning about. You trade up more than $1 almost on that news. I mean, look at the volatility in both directions, right? But we're right back down to basically where we were trading at 5, 6 in the morning before we got news of that cut.
And then I believe it's Jeff Curry. I think that's his first name. He's the big commodity guy for Goldman Sachs.
Okay.
He's on saying that oil is going to break the 40 mark. Okay. Now this guy's a very famous guy.
Okay.
And it's inside the commodity market, so it's going to be really interesting.
Well, you better realize it's at least possible when you go from 65 to what was that low there? 43.32.
Right.
I mean, if it wasn't possible to break $40, then buy all the oil in the world because you're at 46.
Seriously.
So you better believe that's possible.
Right. And he was talking about that it's too little too late, that the amount of glut would be the word, across the world is extraordinary.
Okay. That makes sense.
It's one thing what they're pumping out, and he starts talking about that what's in storage, is insane.
Okay.
So
lots of oil. Elon's creating electric cars, man.
Yeah.
And then we have a global slowdown that's really going to impact things for sure.
And, we'll go over to Exxon. You'll see this has been a one-way deal here, man. You get a tiny little bounce for the last 5 days, giving it up again.
Just imagine, not to jump in, but you think about it, people aren't driving, you're not using all that oil. Nobody's on planes, cruise ships aren't running.
Seriously.
That's a huge impact for the demand side, too.
Yeah.
Of all those people, you're not driving to work. I have friends, they're already, stay home if you can. Why not?
Microsoft says everyone stay home.
Yep.
60,000 employees.
That's right.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Yeah.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Natural gas. Get a draw of 109 BCF. They were looking for 110.
Yeah, pretty close to in line, right?
That's pretty amazing.
That is pretty amazing. They pegged it with everything going on, especially.
Yeah.
So those stockpiles falling, jumping back to the chart to see where we're trading at.
Still doesn't help.
Yeah,
Oh
not a huge reaction. We were just above 180, right? We're now trading. We're trading even as we pulled that up, 182 almost when we were looking at the trades. you can see the market ticking down a bit. Negative action in natural gas. Surprise, surprise, man.
Amazing.
Talk about negative action in terms of lower prices. How about that mortgage rate, man?
There we go. So the average, now this is the average rate this week, 3.29%. That's pretty amazing, man. That means, they got to be quoting 3.1. I don't know if it's
now
3
for
yet,
sure, because
you know what
it's.
I mean?
I imagine
that's average.
I imagine mortgage rates are kind of like gas prices, right? When the price of oil plummets, you don't exactly lower the prices right away to keep in line. Even if they're going to follow that 10-year, going to take a little bit of time to tick down. Average rate 3.29.
So here, and pitch this, folks. We're in 2020. The previous low is in November of 2012 at 3.31. This is average rates we're talking now. That's pretty impressive, man. I mean. And all the big banks, folks, they're gearing up. Like, they're hiring people, moving people internally into their mortgage desks because they know that the wave of refinances is going to be extraordinary.
So just some of the commentary up there in terms of saying, and I know you talk about this with Bud. You do that interview every Friday at 3:15. You'll talk to him on Friday tomorrow, I'm sure. I don't think it's going to go below 3%. You guys were kind of talking about that, right? Can it go... If the 10-year goes to 0, does that mean the 30-year mortgage is 2%? Not necessarily. One of the things they say, banks already have a huge surge in demand. So as they don't have to come down a full point. You can come down, right, a quarter or 50 basis points when you're at an all-time record low. And I bet there's no extra, the utility value of
coming. They'll make more spread.
That's the utility value of coming down more. They don't need to. Yeah. It's not that much more aggressive. And at the average current rate, the monthly payment, $300,000, 30-year loan, $1,312, down from $1,504 a year ago when the rate was 4.41. So there's the real life transition, man.
Right.
You got to add taxes and insurance onto there, which dwarfs the percentage move a little bit.
Sure.
But that's a $200 move, man, on a $1,500 rental payment.
That's a big number.
It is a big number.
That's a big number.
When you talk about an average family, $200 a month. If you're just talking about the same house, that's $2,400 a year. And not to mention, at the same time, you've had oil come down over that time as well. So you're paying less on gas. You'd be paying less for your house.
Exactly.
There's rising prices in other areas for sure, whether it's healthcare, food, whatnot. But that's big money.
Big number.
Yeah.
Let's go to K Rico in Costa Rica. K Rico, what's going on, brother?
Hi, guys.
Morning.
How you doing?
Good to talk.
You too, man. What's been happening?
I haven't talked to you guys in a long time, and Tommy Jr., you sounding so smooth and on point every morning and
Thanks, man.
So true.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the call. It's good to talk to you.
Nico and I were listening to the archive as we were working out this morning.
Well, I remember talking to K Rico when I was manning the board probably 10 years ago at this point, or so, whatever it is, right, K Rico? For sure.
Yeah, you've come a long way.
There we go, man. I appreciate
it.
Tom,
your dad's been a great teacher, and I mean, you guys have a professional, beautiful network, and I tell people about it all the time that
we appreciate
are in trading.
That's awesome, man. Thank you.
Thank me. They never heard of you guys until, I'm living in Latin America, but there's people that are trading all the time. I try to teach them. This is a place to observe and listen and learn.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, brother. So, S&Ps, right?
Well, can I switch it to Spirit Airlines, because I fly Spirit all the time, man. I'm really curious if they're going to shut down international travel to Costa Rica and Colombia and all over, Panama.
Well, they could. I mean, that's the bottom line, is that, what has happened inside the airline business in general is that, things are so slow that it would make more sense to shut it down and not spend that money, right? Than, just keep planes going with no one on them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough, they have Spirit, I think, runs from Florida up to Boston. They have a route, too, which is a great deal.
Yeah.
And literally, I have a family wedding going on in April up there. It's like, first of all, that's a tough month to be traveling, right? 2 months from now, the way things at least appear. If I was going to do it, would you potentially even think about driving so you don't have to be in the airport and in a plane with 300 people? And I'm talking about a drive to New England, but, that's going to hit.
Listen to this. I'm talking to James yesterday, right?
Okay.
Our cousin?
Yes.
I got two cousins, folks. Okay, the bottom line is that James, the bottom line, they're jumping in the car. They were going to fly.
I don't blame them, man.
In the car. It's
That's why I brought it up. Yeah. I'm having the discussion. We're not the only ones.
Right.
If it was if anything,
now, you can't do that internationally, Costa Rica. We know
that. But they're a route that runs it for sure in terms of that. Yeah.
The world is changing every day as we live and breathe right now, like never before in our history, for our modern day history. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, but in that same token, I suspect that's for a couple months. You know what I mean? This is not, when you look at the aspect of China, even their markets have snapped back in a big way. So if you gauge like 6 to 8 weeks in China, picture this. You had 300 million migrant workers that didn't go to work. We have 320 million in the United States. So if they made it through it, guess what? We're gonna make it through it. That's the bottom line. But it's going to be a lesson for all of us.
Yes.
There's no doubt about that, man. So
our personal resilience will have to rise for the occasion.
Yeah, it's in it. The loss to life is going to be, tragic on multiple levels there for sure. But in terms of the economy, it's the 6 months, a year probably. And then things hopefully march on, and it's not a big deal. The vaccine's out there, and it becomes something that we weathered, and you move on.
Yeah. Pretty well.
Yeah, thoughts manifest energy, and cooler heads must prevail is something that I've always thought about ever since the Russian-Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. I was a kid then, but I was well aware of what was going on with the Russian missile crisis because they had us doing atomic bomb, get underneath our death drills. I think it was in 1961 in October. I misspoke. But it's always stuck in my mind that my dad always said, you've got to stay cool, son. Just stay cool. Don't get panicky ever. And boy, I've carried those thoughts forever.
So watch, folks. Okay, what K. Rico just said. Now this is pretty cool in the essence of how we've gone forward as a society, right? Imagine that they tell you to get under your desk for a nuclear bomb. Like, that is so irrational. And they did it to me also, okay? They did it to everyone, okay? But it's just amazing, like, what was that going to do?
Sure.
Nothing, folks, okay? So it's pretty cool as a society as we keep going forward. I mean, can you imagine that right now? You got a nuclear bomb coming in, and in my case, it was nuns. Okay, it's time to get under your desk. It's like, okay, me and Norman look at each other. Hey, man, what's going on? Oh, isn't it crazy? I mean, you think about it. It's like, okay, thank God the society in general is going forward. Technology is going forward. And, I think we're really lucky being in the United States, of course, because of the health facilities. When you look at the aspect of, viruses, or any type of thing like that, we get, Class A hospitals, Class A universities, Class A research. Bottom line, we're going to be all right. K. Rico, great hearing from you, man. You have a great one, a safe one. We appreciate the growling and prowling with us every day out here.
Okay, good talking, guys. Thank you.
You too, man. Take care.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Dow right now down 720. NASDAQ off 175. S&P's off 64. Come right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow down 680, NASDAQ off 161, S&P's off 60. Let's go to our man Al in Tampa. What's going on, Al?
How you doing, Tom?
Doing great, man. Yourself?
Just fine. I'm looking at changing over from the gold equities to actually ETFs or a gold company that actually has the gold on hand. Can you make some recommendations?
So you want to go into a producer. That's what you're saying, right? Versus an exploration stock?
A holder that actually buys the gold from, let's say, Harmony and them that actually is a play on actually physical gold.
So, I mean, the two biggest streamers would be, Franco-Nevada, FNV. I mean, FNV is the strongest gold stock there is. That stock in a year went from 69 to 122. What a streamer is, folks, I mean, they got 26 employees. I think they take in, 900. I mean, it's an outrageous number. They take in this year. They're looking for 986 million. They're looking for 237 million this quarter. They make their money on the gross proceeds of the mining companies that they have
royalties, right?
Yeah, that they have financed.
Yeah.
My biggest concern right now, I'm in the process of buying a property at the end of the month, and the bank called me up and wanted me to prove again with my income coming in. So, and also too, no one said anything about how bad it's going to hit Florida with the spring break. I have some friends of mine that are contract workers for let's say these conventions and that, and also the food and stuff like that. They're talking about not being able to make their monthly mortgage payment or car payment at the end. And also, too, is I don't think you're going to have a lot of college kids coming down to Florida for the spring break period, like 3 or 4 weeks, and then going home.
No,
what's your opinion on that?
I can tell you. So picture this, right? I was late this morning. I was late 2 days ago, which normally never happens, right? And what happens right now, March it's loaded, man. There's much more traffic than normal. You're not going to stop spring break kids from coming down. And it really hasn't hit here. So I don't see that happening, Al. I see it as it could be a problem, okay? But the bottom line, I don't see it happening at all. As to, let's go back to what you should do with the gold and your house is get in cash and stay in cash and do not trade because your house is going to be more important to close at the end of the month than a trade. The trades are always going to be there, man. This volatility is not going to stop. So I wouldn't,
I'm in cash right now anyway.
Just stay in it. Don't try to.
I'm looking at. I'll be closing at the end of the month, and then I was looking at something that I could actually own the physical gold, because that's only been varying between, like, let's say 1650 and let's say 1559, and it's kind of locked into that range.
I get you, but it's more important that you have the cash and you don't trade. So the cash is in the bank, because what happens is that the probability that when you normally go into a trade, even a long-term trade, we're going into a long-term trade. You're not going into a long-term trade. You're saying that, okay, it's March 4th right now. I got to close by the 30th, right? Yeah. That is not worth it.
In this market, we could be anywhere in 26 days. Yeah.
I'm just explaining to you what I do. When I'm closing on houses, right? Personally, okay. The bottom line is that you got to put the money aside and not put it in the market, because it's just.
No, I'm not putting that money's already put aside there for the closing and the 20% down. That's not a problem. I've already got that money put aside.
Well, then, if you want to go a longer term deal with less risk, then I would just buy gold coins. It's slower. When they fluctuate $100 up, $100 down, it's not going to kill you. You hold those for 5 or 6 years, gold will be at 2,500 or something. Do you know what I'm saying? That's a much more conservative deal, and that's what I think you're looking for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, so go ahead and get into where would be a good place to, I know you used to buy and sell gold and silver and stuff. Where's a good place to buy coins?
It's Bel Air Coin you want to call, and ask for Chris. Chris owns the place. Bel Air Coin, just tell me and I sent you. They get the best, they're great people. It's a family operation. It's a monster operation, too. It's not a small operation. But that's the way I'd go with that. And you get slower moves, folks, but the bottom line is that, gold, might take us you're in a bull. And, over time, the bottom line is you up. Particularly what the note and bond market is saying is that rates going to stay low, and on a continual basis, that should put more buying into the physical metal market, so.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tom.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Thanks, Al.
Yeah, so Elizabeth Warren's going to basically, suspend her campaign today, right?
Yeah, I saw that news coming out. Maybe it's at the top somewhere near in the news. There we go. Elizabeth Warren, once the front runner. I'm not sure when that really was. She was up in the top at one point, but I don't know if she was ever a credentialed front runner for that field.
Right.
But she came in third in Massachusetts to Bernie and to Biden, her own state. So plans to drop out of the race today, inform her staff of her plans later this morning. We just scanned this article saying who's she going to throw her support to. Speculation would probably be Bernie, but that would be the next thing that you see maybe coming from her as it goes down to a two-man race to the end. How about this story in terms of Hollywood, right? So, Netflix getting a big boost here, and the one thing is that now Netflix has such a library, they'll be fine, but production's really getting shut down across the way, right? And so just one example in terms of last week's decision delaying the filming of Mission Impossible 7, Paramount, so quick to do it, they still had their launch party, welcome party in Italy of all places, right? So, that got shut down. And they even go in here, Mission Impossible, but the biggest setback came on Wednesday, James Bond sequel, No Time to Die, pushed back till November. So you can see a spur of these. Part of what's hitting, they talk about down here, AMC, Cineworld, the movie theater chains really getting hurt, as that's one of the last areas that you're going to be in for sure. As you get a little bit of a self-quarantine lockdown, man.
Al just brought a great point up about the spring breakers, man. That's because that's a monster business in Florida.
Yeah,
folks. There's no doubt.
I imagine kids think they're invincible about anything, right? So they would be. I imagine what could be the greater impact to the U.S. is the conventions and so forth.
Exactly.
That type of Orlando, Tampa, Clearwater,
and then
all across.
South by South Conference. That's in Austin. It's one of the biggest conferences in the world.
A lot of people opting out of that already as well.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We have the Dow Industrials right now trading down 650. Nasdaq's up 150. S&P's down 56. We'll come right back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranked me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks, and John Deere. So I suspect after you... We'll give you a little bit of trivia here. After you hear this, John Deere is going to be making money for a long period of time, folks.
They get the contracts to make sure that happens at least.
It's amazing. You can buy an $800,000 tractor, folks, not just off John Deere, I guess, in general. And the bottom line is that you don't own the software that runs everything, and they don't allow you to touch the software. And so they give you an applied license.
Yeah, for the software, right?
Yeah.
And they say that, a lot of people don't realize you've lost the fundamental right to repair their own farm equipment. And I'm just going to try and find that. Where was that phrase of losing the rights? I lost it. I did. But what are they? The implied license. It was just a remarkable quote that basically they've lent you the implied license to use the software on the machine. You don't own it.
And this is just not them. This is the way that the farming business has gone. which is pretty amazing. Now, they're fighting it. There's a couple of groups that are fighting it.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that shakes out. But guess what? If you sign a contract and you know that...
The terms and conditions these days are just insanity.
Oh, listen to this. I was at Morgan Chase yesterday in the bank. This is amazing, folks. So I'm doing a deposit, and I hear someone opening an account, right? So the teller, the banker, says to the person, right, well, do you want to read the 40-page disclosure? He's at the table, right? I'm saying a 40-page now just open a checking account.
Amazing.
So, banks are banks. I mean, 40 pages.
Who reads that? It's a bummer.
No one reads it, number one.
Yeah.
And can you imagine what's in it?
Who has the time to read it?
Everyone's in it.
Right.
Everything's
right.
in it.
Everything is, yes.
Stay right there, folks. We get Think or Swim coming up next. Then I'm Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. Be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.